Join us as we explore the Swiss and French Alps in our rented motorhome. In this episode, we take on the challenge of hiking up the Alpbachschlucht without our Via Ferrata kit, and then we opt for the easy way down on the Reuti lift.
I just requested the stop because we're getting off at Alpbach to go and hike a waterfall. We're a little not concerned, but we know there's a lot of wire there. We don't have our Via Ferrata gear. Hopefully that won't matter. Coming into the station. Press the green button. Here we go. Alpbach. And away she goes off to the next stop. Really lovely trains. It's now 8:53. We had a nice early start. We just got off the train at Alpbach. Had a little short hike to here, and we thought we'd stop and say that's the waterfall that we're going to be hiking up. Quite challenging, not quite a Via Ferrata, but with a lot of wire. And then we're going to hike across and get the lift back down. First part of this hike, I can't say is what we like. It's on quite a steep fire road with lots of zigzags. But every now and again, we get the water with a view over the cute little town of Reuti. So I'm sure the view will be better up the top, but we've got to get there first. This is a good sign. Die Schlucht ist offen. So it's open. Tick 1. We're coming off the main fire trail here. And we're on a red route. Obviously we must go through a little cavern. And we go through a gate. We go over a brücke, which is a bridge. And then we hike up to those little things are viewpoints. And there's a viewing platform. Then we get back onto here and we're going up to Alpbach. I think we go that way to get the lift back down. So it's basically saying don't do it in bad weather. Watch out for rocks. Make sure you hang on. Saying backpacks aren't a good idea, well, that's tough luck. And inexperienced and kids should actually have a Via Ferrata set. We don't consider ourselves inexperienced anymore. We might get a bit scared at times, but I'm sure we'll be okay. So, all that said, deep breath, let's go. This is the very start of the Alpbachschlucht hike. Lovely bit of wire. Always love to hook on. We don't have our kit, so we will be very much hanging on. So let's see how airy it gets. This is the start of the stairs. So we'll probably be quite breathless at the end of this. This is the where they would close the hike off in bad weather.
Jill is on the way up now. This is quite difficult, really. Very steep steps to be able, you've got to pull yourself up. Oh, she's doing it pretty easy. How was that? Pretty good, eh? We're just going up the final bit of the climb. Just up the last bit. You can see the gate up the top. I think that's where we go out. And then we've got to find the platform where we can stand out over the waterfall. Unfortunately, I think this is the end. And we really did enjoy it. So glad we didn't chicken out because we did have some concerns. But it really was. Did you enjoy that, love? That was fantastic. Bit of a challenge.
Yeah, we like a bit of a challenge. Yeah, well that was the end. Once you go through this gate, you can't go back down because they've made it a one-way system, which I think is a really smart idea. Oh, just back to the path now.
I think that's worth a berg hail.
It is worth a berg hail now.
Yeah, why not?
Berg
Berg
hail.
hail.
This platform goes out over the boards, but it's not a problem.
After our climb up the gorge, we've reached the top, been out onto the observation deck, seen the waterfall. I guess now it must be
somewhere near 10 o'clock. So I reckon we'll have a cup of coffee.
I'm going to drink
Oh, maybe Julie's going to have a drink. That's a good idea. Oh well, we made it to the top.
As the gorge is one way, only up, you cannot hike back down the gorge, so you have the choice of hiking on a trail back down to Merrigan or continuing on a trail up to Reuti.
Just left the Alpbach gorge. Now we're hiking up to get the Reuti lift down.
That's the lift we're going to be getting. Obviously not for the next 20 minutes.
Not many people in it.
No. People are still coming up rather than going down, I guess. Wow.
2 hours and 35 minutes. We've made it to the lift station. So we'll head on over there.
We're just about to get the lift down from Reuti. Not quite sure what time it goes, but we'll just sit in there and wait now.
Right, we're on the lift and we're going down from little village Reuti down to Merrigan, which is kind of the main town. And the good part of the lift is it was free with our guest card. So that down there is Merrigan. Oh, actually, that could be Alpbach, because we've got to walk from Alpbach to Merrigan. So we've still got a bit of a hike to do.
We really enjoyed this adventure. I want to preface it by saying we did a lot of research before deciding to do it without our via ferrata. Despite our age and raised 2 knee replacements, we have tackled some challenging via ferratas, so we're confident in taking on the Alpbachschlucht. We were rewarded with a fun challenge as we climbed up alongside the waterfall and stepped out over the gorge on the skywalk. We chose to continue to hike on up to Reuti, and on such a hot day, it was very draining being out in the open the whole time. The views, however, did make it worthwhile. 4K hike took us about 2.5 hours, and we rewarded ourselves by taking the lift back down using our guest card. Join us next time as we take the funicular up to the Waterfall Falls, and then we continue our hike to view the Rosslau Glacier.